Namaskar viewers, I'm Harpreet Kaur and I welcome you all to our live and interactive session. You are watching us on our eVidya channel number 7 and also on our YouTube channel ncertofficial. This particular session is meant for the students of class 7 and the subject is mathematics. The topic that we have taken up today is data handling and this is chapter number 3 of your textbook. So in case you want to have any doubts sorted regarding this particular topic, you can call us, and for that our contact number is 8800440559. Also you can write an email to us with your queries, suggestions and feedback. The email ID is dth.class7@ciet.nic.in. And since you are watching us right now live on our YouTube channel ncertofficial as well, you can always go to the comment section, put your questions there, your doubts, any clarifications, and your queries will be solved by our expert. So time for me to introduce our expert for the session. We are joined by Ms. Radhika Ramachandran. Welcome to the session, ma'am.
Namaste.
Ma'am is TGT from National Public School, Whitefield, Bangalore. And now we are going to start this conversation with her. Let me tell you the topic once again. This is data handling for class 7 students. So ma'am, before you start with the concept and the details of the concept, please make us understand what do we mean by data, and when it comes to handling, what do we mean by that?
So the term itself says how to handle the data.
Yeah.
So you are handling the data in a specific way, so that what we wanted accordingly, we are handling the data. So what is our aim? As per that, we handle the data and we put it and represent it. That's what we are doing here.
Okay. So what all we are going to learn in this session, ma'am?
We are talking about here the measures of central tendency. That is the term as it is, they are learning in the higher classes.
Okay.
Here they are going to learn about how to find out the average, then median and mode, which they already know about average, so I'll take it from there. What you already know.
Sure, ma'am.
Shall I start, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. So, children, we already know about average, which we have already learned in your earlier classes. So, I will take it from there. We are going to discuss about what is an average, which will connect to the arithmetic mean, then median and mode, and also we will find mean, median, mode from the given data. We also discuss about the representation of data using single bar graph and double bar graph. So for example, when you look at the screen here, a child purchased 5 packets of chocolates. The number of chocolates in each packet is given below. So packet 1 we have 50, packet 2 is 75, packet 3 is 50, packet 4 is 100 and packet 5 is 125. So each packet has different number of chocolates. Okay, now what he wants here? The child wants to distribute equal number of chocolates among 100 of his friends. So he has 100 friends here and he wants to distribute this chocolate among 100 friends. And then how do we distribute? Because in each packet there are different number of chocolates. So definitely he has to mix all these numbers, right? So you have to open all the packets, mix all these toffees or chocolates together. So together when he mix it, 50, 50, 125, 75, 100. When you mix up all together, basically you are adding all the number of toffees or chocolates. We get totally 400 chocolates. Now, isn't it easier to distribute now? Because we have mixed up all the packets. Now I have with me 400 chocolates. Now I have to distribute among 100 friends. So how much we get? So 400 is divided into 100, right? So yes, 400 divided by 100 is equal to 4. So look at this scenario. He has got different packets of chocolates. He mixed it together so that he can distribute among 100 friends, so that he can divide it equally. Okay. The what we got 4 here is called as average. So average number of chocolate for this 100 children is 4. So here for another example we will take. A batsman scored the following numbers of runs in 6 innings, because just now we finished our cricket match, right? And we won also, remember that. So now here 36, 35, 50, 46, 60, 55. This is the different rates, run rates he got it in each innings. Now we want to analyze his performance, because here you are seeing that in one innings it is 60, other innings is 36. So how do I understand the batsman's performance overall? So what do? I find out the total score throughout his innings. So 36, 35, 50, 46, 60 and 55, I'll add together, I'm getting 282. So 282, he played 6 innings. So 282 divided by 6 is 47. So we can say, okay, this batsman's average is 47. Instead of looking at all the 6 score, if you look at his score 47, you know the performance of that batsman. Okay. Now, average arithmetic mean or average is simply defined as sum of all the observation divided by number of observation. So what is sum of all the observation irrespective to before slides? So one was that batsperson has scored so and so for 6. We added up all the score. That is sum of all the observation. You observed that batsperson have scored this runs. So that is sum of all observation. How many number of observation we did? We did 6 observation. So divided by 6. So that gives the mean. Are you clear about the mean? Okay. Now, is this the only way we can discuss about the performance or find out a mid value of something? We have one more thing. Let us look at this. Out of 5 brand of chocolates, a child wants to buy the brand which is most liked by all. So let us look at this word, which is most liked by all. How do I know which is most liked by all? So let us look at what is the data we collected. So brand name A, we have 100 children. Brand name B, we have 250 children. So brand name C, 300 children like the chocolate. Brand D, we have 500 children. Brand E, 450. So isn't it clear from the data that 500 children like brand B? Isn't it the most liked by all? Okay, so mode to find this is called as mode. This finding out this number of children. So here the value brand name D is liked by all, right? This is the easiest way to find out which is liked by all. So the mode of the set of the observation is the observation that occurs most often. So the brand D occurred 500 times. That is why it is most liked by all. So the mode of the following data, let us look at this data, 12, 13, 24, 12, 13, 15, 2. So what is the mode? Mode is how many times it occurs more. So let us observe this 12. How many times this 12 is occurring? It is 3 times, isn't it? Now how many times 13 is occurring? It is 2 times. So 24 occurs only once and 15 occurs only once. So we are very confident that here 12 is occurring 3 times. So 12 is the mode. So did you understand what is mode? So the mode is most frequently occurring item. So it should occur more times than any other data. Now we have the third value. We can use it, that is median. Now we know how to find out average, add and divide it. Now we have mode also, okay, to find out which brand is liked by children. Now this is a very interesting one which we regularly use in our school, right? So consider a group of 17 students with the following heights. So generally for any sports competition, your PE teacher will come and check your height so that he can arrange it, he can divide it according to the sports activities, isn't it? So even during assembly also we'll divide it as per the heights. So we form a line and stand. Now what is his plan? It's an interesting plan he's doing. So he collected all the height of 17 students. So 5, 10, 15, 17 students of different measurements are there. Now what is his plan? The games teacher wants to divide the class into 2 groups. And what is the condition? Each group has equal number of students. One group has students with height lesser than a particular height. This is the term which we should be very careful. We are going to fix a particular height. And the other group has students with heights greater than the particular height. So how do you think the games teacher can do? So she definitely has to find out that particular height. So can she say, okay, this child I like, I'll take this as the particular height? No, isn't it? It should be a fair game. So what he will do it? So in an assembly also we do the same thing, isn't it? When we stand on a line, we arrange, say that the shortest child will stand front and you go to the height, the children who are more high. Similarly, we are arranging it in an ascending order. From 101 was the smallest one to 125. Now, how do I find the middle value? Simple thing is, I just count and eliminate like this, right? Okay, the last one gone, the next one gone, third one gone. Array, this takes a lot of time. If I cut like this, so there is a different way to do it. So how many numbers are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are totally 17. Remember we had 17. Now we are dividing this equally, but 17 is an odd number. We cannot divide it equally, right? So we were going to make it as 17 as 18. And then we are dividing it by 2, which is 9. Okay, so ninth number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This ninth number is going to be my middle number. So the child whose height is 115 centimeter is not going to be any group. This is going to be one group, and the second one, the height, all the children who are taller is going to be another group. Now, games teacher is smart. What is he doing? Saying that 115, that number, the height, the child with the height 115 centimeter will be the referee for the game. So we got a referee for the game, and we got divided this into 2 parts. This 115 is called as the median. Median, you have median, divider of the root, right? It divides into 2 parts. Similarly, 115 divides this into 2 parts. So we have discussed about median here. Median is the middle value. So you have this number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take the middle value here, which is 25, which is median. Now, I am not going to discuss about what if there is an even number of terms, because you are going to learn this in detail in your higher classes. Okay, we just have to understand what is mean, what is median, and what is smooth, and the difference between them. Okay, so quickly we are just checking that if you want to find out the mean of this given data, we remember that mean means add and divide by the number of terms. So we are adding all the terms and then dividing it by number of terms, which is 10. So I hope you understood how many terms are here. 1, 2, 3, okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 observations are there. We are dividing it by 10, then 16.2. So this will give you what we discussed is the scores in mathematics. So a teacher, when this is, understand that, okay, 16.2 is the average mark of my class. Okay, good, I will do better next time, isn't it? Now, if you want to find out the median, just you have to look at the middle value. So there are 10 terms here. So I will discuss that mid value for our, if it is 10 terms, there can be 2 middle values, right? Because when you just cut it like this, I'm not discussing how we are getting it, but you just check that here you're taking it like this. I'm getting there are 2 terms. Now what do I do in these 2 terms? It's very simple. I have 2 terms. I am unable to find out which one is correct. Just take the average of it. So I just take the average of 16 plus 19 by 2, and then I get the answer for this median. Mode is the most interesting one, because the mode, if it is there, you have to just check that which is the most frequently occurring value. Okay, so I'm just quickly going to the next part of this, that is the application part, because when you are learning this, what is mean, median, mode, you should understand where to use median, where to use median, and where to use mode, right? Simply studying and by hearting is not enough. Okay, why do we use mean? For example, it's a case of salary. Mean salary of an individual in a certain field is calculated to know what type of average salary to offer to new employees. So if you know an average salary in a company, so when you're hiring a new person, you know that this should be the average salary given to that person. Whereas in median salary in certain fields, so that we know the typical middle salary for a particular field. Okay, you're taking for a management position. So you will look at the mid value and understand, okay, this is the value what generally you are getting for that particular field. Mode is very interesting, because mode of different position in the company is found out, so that we know that most common position of employees at their companies. So that will mean that the position, okay, this has got more, this has got more employees or more clerical post or management post. So we'll understand that the post in that particular field. Okay, I'm just quickly going to the next slide because insurance is similar way. Now we will just go for the representation of bar graph. So what we discussed now is what is mean, what is median, and what is mode. If a data is given, and understand that what can be the mid value, because it gives the entire property of the data. If the batsman scored 47 or we get 57% as an average, I know that I got only 57%. That means definitely I have to work on each and every subject. Okay.
Yes.
Now, what is bar graph? Bar graph is a pictorial representation, right? So if you want to understand this everything in a visual mode, so let us see how it is this. A bar chart or a bar graph is a chart or a graph that presents categorical data with a rectangular bars with heights or length proportional to the values that they are present. So if you look at this, I will explain through another example. Okay. 200 students of 6th and 7th classes were asked to name their favorite color so as to decide upon what should be the color of their school building. The results are shown in the following table. Represent the given data on a bar graph. So number of students' favorite color, 43 students like red, 19 students like green, 55 students like blue, yellow 49 students, and orange 34. So you're looking at this data, you know that 55 children like blue, so definitely this is the favorite color. But don't you think this becomes more interesting and much faster understanding if you represent this in a bar graph? Okay, so we come to this bar graph. See, look at this, what has been done. We have been doing it, the very important point is we mark red, green, blue, yellow, orange along our x-axis. And this distance from here to here, if you are taking this space, if you are taking it as 1 centimeter, this distance also should be 1 centimeter. Can you tell me why is it so? Because here we are comparing. We are going to compare with respect to a height, not width. That we should remember, because if the width changes, we cannot compare. So the point to be noted is everywhere the width should be same.
Right,
Okay?
ma'am. Ma'am, I'm so sorry, but I have to interrupt you here. We have to wrap up this conversation here because we are running short of time. But thank you so much for making us understand these concepts. I'm sure we can continue with these concepts in the next session of ours. And we can learn this concept as a whole, but whatever you explained in this particular session was extremely useful and very understandable. I'm sure the students have understood it, and if at all they have any queries, they can always write an email to us and get back to you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your contribution to the session. Thank you so much. So learners and viewers, that was our live and interactive session on the topic data handling. And now it's time for me to wrap up this particular session over here, because up next for you is another session of ours, which is going to be live and interactive, of course, and the subject is going to be Urdu with topic Lo Phir Basant Aayi. Well, please stay tuned for that particular topic, and this is me, Harpreet Kaur, taking leave of you from this session and will be joining you soon. Namaskar.